Hi there, Rhonda here from Resilient Writers. And this is video number two about the things I learned while finishing up the revision on a historical mystery novel. So if you haven't seen the first video where I talked about how easy it is not to finish and how to get yourself in uh, set up to finish, go watch that one. Um, but this is number two. And I was talking to someone, I was talking to a friend about this recently. Mindset is everything. Mindset is 80% of the work of finishing a book. Um, of course, craft is important, but it's those common little thoughts like, this is too hard. This is taking too long. This is so slow. This will never be finished. I don't know what I'm doing, right? At any point. And I have had all of those thoughts plus a whole bunch more, right? Um, and this was the first time I wrote a historical mystery, so the genre was new to me. And so I often thought, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. And those thoughts make it so much harder on ourselves. Fundamentally, the brain doesn't want to do anything that it thinks is hard, difficult, or painful. And so when you find yourself avoiding your writing times, excuse me, when you find yourself avoiding your writing times, it's often because you have been telling yourself it's just too darn hard. And so we have to find a way to shift our thoughts. And look, I have been writing a long time. I have books out into the world and I know how to finish. And I can finish not because I never have those thoughts, but because I have the skills now to shift them. So, what I mean by that is anytime I find myself thinking, I don't know what I'm doing, I shift that thought just enough to crack open a little bit of light to give me a little bit of hope. So, that is something like I might shift it to be something like I'm always learning and growing as a writer. I may not know everything I need to know now to finish this book and make it really great, but I can learn and grow as a writer while I'm finishing, right? I'm capable of learning new skills. And so that thought, that becomes my new mantra. Every time I notice myself saying this is too hard, this is it's taking too long, I don't know what I'm doing, I find a new thought. And you don't have to go from this book is no good to this book is brilliant because your brain won't believe you. But you can go from I don't know what I'm doing in Act Two to I can learn how to structure Act Two, right? I'm a smart person. I can learn new things. I can learn how to structure Act Two. And all you need to do is just crack it open enough, just enough, right? The other thing that's been helpful for me is I like to stop every now and again and do some journaling in my writer's notebook about my ideal reader. Who am I writing this book for? And why does it matter to them? Right. So I'm writing a historical mystery, and um, this is the kind of genre that someone comes to because they love historical mysteries and because they want a little bit of escape into another world. And so, and I know that from my own life that I have come to books when I've needed just a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of escape, a little lightness in my life. And so I'm delighted if my book, when my book finds its ideal readers, that I will be offering that as a gift to my reader. There's this wonderful book by Lewis Hyde, Hyde, I think, called The Gift. And it really is all about creativity as a gift. And I just fundamentally believe that when we are writing books, we are creating something that is a gift to our future readers. And so I like to stop and think about my future reader as often as I can when I'm finishing a book so that it's not about me and my drama and, oh, boo hoo, I can't figure out the thing. No, I'm going to figure out the thing so that it can reach the ideal reader that I want to reach. Right. So, and that's why I have a writer's notebook and I use it to journal about this and other things as I'm finishing the book. So I hope that's helpful to you. The skill to learn is the thought shifting, going from I don't know what I'm doing to I can learn and grow as a writer, right? I can learn how to structure Act Two as I'm finishing this book. So this is video 2 in what I think is going to be 4 videos talking about what I've learned while finishing up this revision of my latest book. And I hope it's helpful to you. Okay, and I'll see you again for the next lesson of things I've learned while finishing up this revision.